Every engineering team has one. The CI pipeline that everyone depends on and nobody wants to touch.
Ours was 847 lines of GitHub Actions YAML, written over 18 months by engineers who had since moved to other teams. Commented in 3 places, incorrectly in 2 of them, technically functional, practically untouchable. The feedback loop was 2 hours on a good day. Engineers learned to push their changes, go to lunch, and come back. On bad days, a flaky environment, a cache miss, or a browser timeout, it stretched to 3 hours. Nobody was waiting for CI. They were hoping. 12 days and 5 AI-generated YAML files later, push runs take 9 minutes. Today I'm walking you through every YAML file, the exact prompts I gave Claude, the Python scripts, and the honest caveats. Nothing held back, let's build it. Before the code, the insight that makes this work. YAML is a strange category of code. It's highly structured, rule-based, and deeply dependent on understanding relationships between things. These are pattern recognition problems, and LLMs, given the right context, are very good at them. AI doesn't generate your CI pipeline from scratch, it optimizes it given constraints you provide. You supply the domain knowledge, it supplies the configuration fluency and reasoning across the whole system. The AI does it in one prompt. 5 YAML files, 5 optimization problems, let's walk through each one. YAML 1, a smart test selection. This single file accounts for the majority of the reduction. The concept, instead of running all 400 tests, use the git diff to determine which files changed and run only those. First, the exact prompt I gave Claude. Given this git diff and this dependency manifest, return a JSON array of test file paths. Paste the actual diff, not a description of it. Claude needs the real data to reason about real dependencies. No preamble, JSON only. The YAML pipeline needs to parse machine-readable output, not prose. Now the YAML output name smart test selection. The resolve test job uses checkout v4 with fetch depth 2. Then the run tests job consumes that matrix. Each test file gets its own runner. That's the parallelization strategy. Fetch depth 2. You need exactly 2 commits to compute the diff. The default of 1 is the most common mistake. The resolve test job exposes the list as a job output. The run test job consumes it via needs.outputs. Now the manifest generator, this Python script maps source files to test files that import them. The key is the inversion. When src payment.ts changes, you look up the exact tests that depend on it. Impact. Average tests per push dropped from 400 to 67. Running 67 tests instead of 400 is a structural win. YAML 2. Parallel shard configuration. Once you have a filtered list, how do you distribute it? Round-robin sharding is wrong. A shard with slow E2E flows becomes the bottleneck everyone waits. The prompt, assign tests to shards by total estimated runtime, not count. Target, shards finish within 30s. The script behind the YAML, a greedy bin packing algorithm. It always assigns the next test to the shard with the least total time so far. The min heap always assigns the next test to the least loaded shard. The result, shards that finish within seconds of each other. YAML 3. Intelligent cache layering. The AI identified 3 additional cache layers bleeding time. Layer 1 is node modules. Layer 2 is Playwright browsers. Without this, every runner downloads 90 seconds of binaries. Layer 3 is compiled TypeScript. Layer 4 is Docker. Container startup dropped from 4 minutes to 23 seconds. The if conditional skips installs on a cache hit. Overall hit rate went from 34% to 81%. YAML 4. Environment matrix optimization. Running all browsers on every push is expensive and unnecessary. Feature push. Chrome only. PR to main. Chrome plus Firefox. Nightly, the full matrix. Fast signal where it counts. The matrix logic here is elegant. 1 file, 3 triggers, event-aware execution. It removed 38 minutes from the loop. YAML 5. Smart retry strategy. Retrying everything once is a compromise that pleases nobody. The strategy differentiates by classification. 0 retries for stable tests, 1 for flaky, none for broken ones. The YAML uses 4 branches. Unit tests fail fast. Flaky tests retry once and append a report to the job summary. Broken tests above 15% failure rate don't run. They post a warning annotation without blocking the PR. A weekly script keeps the registry current. It only counts first attempt failures, which is key. If you're not ready for all 5, start here. YAML 1 and YAML 3. They give you 70% of the win. 12 days of real data, push run feedback loop, 2 hours down to 9 minutes. Average tests per push, 67. Cache hit rate, 81%. CI infrastructure cost down 44%. The 847-line monolith is now 5 maintainable files. And the number that matters, merge and hope incidents, 0. 4 things I want to be straight about. 1. The dependency manifest is fragile. Static analysis isn't perfect. Use a weekly full run as a safety net. 2. Every AI YAML file needed human review. 2 had errors. Read every line. 3. Cost savings depend on your billing model. 4. Smart retry needs 60 days of history to be meaningful. The best CI pipeline is the one engineers actually wait for. It doesn't require a dedicated DevOps sprint. All files and scripts are linked in the description. See the complete AI-powered QA series at Automate and Elevate. See you in the next one.